Aloha, Rich Alverson. This is ITS128, and in this video, I'm going to do the two labs at the end of Chapter 7, Labs 7.8 and 7.9. So let me get myself out of the way. And this is the first one here. And it's just a little program that we write where you read in a loan amount. You read in a loan amount. You read in a monthly payment, you read in an interest rate, and it tells you how many payments it takes you to pay off that loan. Okay, so in this example, you're borrowing $1,000, you're paying $50 a month, and the interest rate is 0.03 per month, which is 3% per month. Yes, which is pretty high anyway. So that takes 31 months to pay off. Another example is if you only owe $50 and you pay $100 a month, and your interest rate is 2%, it only takes one payment. And we aren't going to worry about whether you overpaid and you got some money coming back or the size of the last payment. Okay, we aren't going to worry about that in this problem. This is a very simple program. Okay, so we start out, first we're going to, so we're going to count the number of payments. I got to get the right keyboard. Okay, so our strategy is going to be we're going to start out with I guess we read in the balance first. So the balance is equal to, and it's a floating point. It's going to be floating point. So we'll do the float right now. We'll float the input. Okay, so we'll float the input like that. That's the balance, reading in the balance. We're going to ask the user what the payment is. And that is also going to be a floating point number. And we're going to also ask the user what the rate is. The rate per period. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to have a loop, and it's going to loop. It's going to first it's going to compute what the current balance is because there's an interest, so it's going to add the interest on the current balance, and then it's going to subtract the payment, and then it's going to go back and it's going to have a new balance. It's going to be the new balance calculated, and it's going to do the same thing. It's going to add the interest and then subtract the payment. It's going to keep on doing that, and we're going to count how many times it does that. Okay, and then that'll be the number of payments. So let's start out by saying the number of payments is equal to 0. We'll start with that. And then we'll say while balance is greater than 0, do this. First of all, we want to add the rate. So balance equals balance plus balance times the rate, methinks. Yes, I think that's right. So it's going to take this, and then it's going to take this balance times the rate. It's going to do balance times rate first, and that'll just be a small amount. It's going to add that to this, and that's what the new balance is going to be. Okay? New balance. All right. And then I'm going to now I'm going to subtract the payment from the balance. Equals balance minus the payment. Okay. And then I'm going to we're counting payments, right? So we just made a payment, so we're going to equals, and I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do the shortcut, the shorthand here, which is add 1 to it. Of course, for here, I could have done balance minus equals payment, And here I could do balance plus equals balance times rate, but this is more clear, I think, when I don't do the shortcut. But for incrementing the number of payments, it makes sense to do it that way. All right. So this is just going to continue until the balance goes negative or goes to 0. And so what we want to do next is we want to print the number of payments. So we want to say print. Let's do this. Do it this way. The number of payments. So this is what it's going to do. It will print the number of payments. All right, I'm going to run this and see what it looks like. And I will use the first 3 numbers, run. And down here it's going to ask me, it's asking me, you see it's waiting for me at my input. And I'm going to do 1050.03. 1050.03. 31 payments, very good. All right. Okay, so we're done. That arrow is. So I'm just going to run this again with the second one. 50/100.02. 50/100.02. 1 payments. Uh-oh. It's supposed to do 1 payment. If there's only 1 payment, if the number of payments is equal to just 1, then you want to use a different print statement. Okay? So it looks like to get all the points, you're going to need to put an if statement here. Okay? Where if the number of payments is equal to 1, then you do this print statement without the S. But otherwise, you use the print statement with the S. All right, so I'm going to see that I don't get all the points. I better not get all the points. Okay, I only got 7 out of 10 because I didn't get this one right. Okay, so you can go in and add the if statement to make it so you get all the points. Okay, great, you got that. Okay, let's move on to 7.9, matching strings. This is another very simple small program. And basically what this program is we read in 2 strings, and then we output the number of characters that match in each string position. So if we input like these two words here, you notice it matches in 4 of the positions. It matches in C and the R. Doesn't A and the U don't match, but the S matches and the H matches. So then it prints this out. If the inputs looks like this, there's 3 matches. See? If it's like this, looks like there's 1 match. It's the A matches. Okay? If it's this, there's no match. A doesn't match with O, P not with R, P not with A, L not with N, E not with G, and then there's nothing for E. Okay, so let's print that out. Okay, so let's read in the 2 strings. And they're just going to be strings, so I'm just going to do string 1 equals input, and string 2 equals input. And I'm going to count the number of matches, so let's initialize match equals 0. Okay, and now I'm just going to do a for loop. Will a for loop last work? Yeah, I think a for loop will work. Now, so I only need to do a for loop for the number of characters of the shortest string. You notice in this case here, we only had we only had to look at the first 3 characters because the shortest string only has 3 characters. Here they both have 5, so you look at 5 characters. Here they both have, oh, here the shortest string has 3 characters, so you only look at the first 3 characters. You can ignore the last. For loop only has to. We're going to use a for loop. Only has to look at 3 characters. Here we only have to look at 5 characters. All right. So anyway, so let's find the one that's got the shortest. So if the length, well, I'm just going to do it this way. Shortest equals the length of string 1. Okay, and then I'm going to do if length shortest equals string 1. Forget it. I'm just going to do this. If the length of string 1 is less than the length of string 2, then okay, so I need the shortest length. So then the shortest length equals the length of string 1. Yeah, so I'm looking for the length in characters. So if the length of string 1 is less than the length of string 2, then the shortest length is the length of string 1. Okay. I don't have to bother checking the alternative case, because if it's not this case, it's the other case, or it's the case that they're both the same length, in which this is fine. Shortest length equals the length of string 2. Okay. Oops. All right. Okay. So now I have the 2 strings, and I have got how many loops we have to do. So I'm just going to use a for loop. For I in the range of the shortest, in the range of the shortest length, if string 1 of I is equal to string 2 of I, if that's true, then increment matches. No, I don't type that. It's a different language you type. Then increment the matches. MATCHES plus equals 1. Increment matches. That's it. Otherwise, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so otherwise we're out here. And we can just print F matches characters match. That's how many characters match. Matches, characters match. 1 character matches. Oh, we have the same problem here with the if. So it looks like you can take care of that. I'm going to see what this. I want to see what this gives me. Let me just run this with crash and crush, cat and catnip. Let's just try this. Crash, crush. Okay. I didn't. I should. There's a video on this whole thing here. So I'm going to run it again. Oh, I can. Okay, I'm going to run it again, and I'm going to say cat and catnip. And what else did we have here? We had maul and saw. Maul and saw. Maul and saw. Okay, so here's that one character switch. All right, okay, so great. So you have to here put an if statement. And if the number of matches is not equal to 1, then you use this print statement. If the number of matches is equal to 1, then you don't use this print statement. You use one character matches is what you'd say. You'd say this. Or you'd say this. One character matches. Anyway, all right. So to prove that I didn't get all the points, all right, only got 7 out of 10 because I got this one wrong. All right, well, I've left this time. I've left something for you very easy. It's from the conditional statements in previous chapters. Um, anyway, so I'm going to conclude this video, and I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.